going to discuss a very important concept in English, which is tenses. Now, tenses are of three basic types. First is the past tense, which is used to represent the actions which took place in past. The present tense is used to denote the actions or the events that take place in the present or right now. And third is the future tense, which is used to depict that some action or event is scheduled to happen sometime later in future. Now, these tenses are further categorized into many forms, and out of those forms, today we are going to study the form of present tense, which is present continuous tense. Now, present continuous, these two words, present means something which is happening now, and present continuous. Continuous means something which is continuing. But with present continuous, we are going to study present perfect continuous, right? And present perfect continuous tense refers to some action or some event which took place sometime in the future and is still continuing to happen. So the definition of present perfect continuous, definition is that this tense represents an event which took place sometime in the past, right? It took place sometime in the past and is still continuing, right? It took place sometime in the past and is still continuing. The rule to identify present perfect continuous, or you will also say to convert a tense which is in other form to present continuous tense, is subject plus a present perfect tense always has or have. So this is used to represent a present perfect tense, and continuous, for continuous we make use of been plus verb plus ing followed by my object, right? Subject plus has or have, which is used to represent the present perfect tense, been plus ing used to represent continuous tense, and my object. So example can be, she has been sleeping since 9 p.m. She has been sleeping since 9 p.m., which means that the first sentence means that my action is of the past, that she slept at 9 p.m. right? So this is the representation of past tense, that some action took place in the past. Since means that something occurred or some event took place in past and it is still continuing, which means that she slept at 9 p.m. and whatever time it is now, she is still sleeping. So an event that took place in the past and is still in the continuation. Another example can be, it has been raining in Mumbai since 2 days. It has been raining in Mumbai since 2 days, which means that it started raining the last 2 days and the rain has still not stopped. The event has still not stopped. It is still in continuation. Right now also it is raining. So present perfect continuous. Present perfect. And this shows my continuous form. So now this is the first application of present perfect continuous tense to depict that some event took place in the past and it is still in the continuation. Now the second application of present perfect continuous tense is to represent a continuous habit, right? Second is repeated action. Repeated action or a continuous habit, right? So example of showing a repeated action through present perfect continuous tense can be like I have been getting this journal every week. I have been getting this journal every week. Here, have is my present perfect tense and been getting is my continuous tense. So this sentence again shows the present perfect continuous tense. But I have been getting this journal every week, which means that a repeated action takes place every week. That repeated action is getting that journal, right? So I have been getting this journal every week. This is my repeated action. So this example is used to show that an event takes place repeatedly after a certain time, right? Now, another thing about present perfect continuous tense and present perfect tense is that it is sometimes very difficult to differentiate between the two, which means that often the meaning of the two sentences which contains present perfect continuous tense or present perfect tense, the meaning remains the same. Example of that is like I say Rohan has been working on this project for 3 years. Right? So first is Rohan has been working. This represents my present perfect continuous tense. So this is used to represent my present perfect continuous tense, that Rohan has been working on the project for 3 years. The next I will say Rohan has worked for 3 years. Now this is my present perfect tense. Now the meaning of both the sentences is the same. Just the thing is that this sentence represents the present perfect continuous tense and here this sentence represents my present perfect tense. So in certain cases it is difficult to identify the two because the meaning is the same. Now in this video we have studied about tenses and then we focused on the type of present tense, which is present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense basically depicts or represents that some action took place sometime in past and it is still in continuation. This was my first application of present perfect continuous tense. Second application is that it is used to represent a repeated action. The repeated action is the action which takes place after a certain specified time. So these were the two applications. Then we also studied about this tense through various examples so that the implication is clear and therefore the concept of present perfect continuous tense is clear.